Hi, I'm Stephen Horwich, and I would like to give you a very brief idea of lower school science in our program. Our lower school courses are for students ages 9 and 10 who are fairly literate. The courses will challenge their literacy and develop it, but we assume that at the beginning they're fairly literate. Our science courses are secular science and strictly secular. They are straight science, and there is no religion introduced into the discussion of science. If you're looking for a faith-based science, you probably should not do our particular science courses, but if you're looking for secular science, your student will do very well with our courses. There are 5 lower school science courses to be done over a 2-year period of time by the student. We assume that the student is going to do science twice a week during the school year for about an hour each time they do science. We have established the courses along those lines so that the student can complete the science by the end of the second year or well before it. We start with a course called Science Basics, which explains what science is, what the tools are that science uses in order to make decisions and understand the universe around us, and even some of the history of science, so that the student actually has a real grasp of what science is all about before they start studying specific areas of science. This is a step that a lot of science programs seem to skip. And I know for myself, when I was a student, I didn't like science very much in junior high or high school because nobody ever bothered to explain to me what science was and what it was for and how it worked. So we start with that with the student to really ground them so that they have a very good chance at understanding the science they're going to study later. Then they study, their second course is the earth sciences, which of course is geology, oceanography, and meteorology. Their third course is biology. Fourth course is physics and astronomy. And their last course is a science projects course where they get to develop 2 projects in science of their own design along steps that the course guides them through. Now, every lesson plan is designed, as is true of all of our lower school and upper school courses, in the same way. Each lesson plan essentially is built on 4 sequential steps. The first step being a list of locations to be found by the student, so that when they read materials indicating those locations, they already know where those places are on Earth. The second step is a list of words with a single definition that is germane strictly to the materials they're about to study. That way, when they study the materials, they will already know the definitions, the meanings of the words, and have a very good chance at very high comprehension the first time they read the materials, not the second or the third. The third step is the reading of the actual materials that explain the science being studied. And the fourth and key important step are exercises the student does, hands-on, lab-oriented exercises that allow a student to really understand the science, evaluate it for him or herself, evaluate its value to them and their life. That's how we design our science courses. You will not need chemicals or lab kits or anything like that. We tend to use things found in and around a house or a school. We made a point of making the science as easy to do and as accessible as possible. We do avoid mathematics in our science pretty assiduously. So I hope that gives you an idea of our science program for lower school students. I hope you'll take a look at the samples we provide on our site of each of our science courses and consider them for your student. Thank you very much.